All right, welcome into Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday. We're doing this close to the afternoon, the late afternoon games, and obviously we're focusing here mostly on Dolphins and Raiders. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick or at 5 Reasons Sports. You can follow our guy David Eversole at David W. Eversole. David Friedman will be back with us later in the week. Make sure you use the code 5 for any of these picks. That's code 5, F-I-V-E. You don't have to do what we tell you to. But we try to give you some suggestions, and obviously follow us on Twitter as well. All right, David, we've got kind of a weird circumstance coming up here in the afternoon game, the late afternoon game, between the Dolphins and the Raiders, because there is no Tua. We really don't know what Jacoby Brissett's going to look like with a full week of practice, or what the game plan is going to look like. And, of course, Derek Carr has been banged up also, which could affect the Raiders. Let's start with your top pick, your prized pick today.
Well, actually, I went to the Raiders side. I know I've been going with the Dolphins these first couple of weeks when we focused on their games, but I think the Dolphins are going to focus on Waller, trying to take him away a little bit. So some of those other guys might get in the mix a little bit more. Henry Ruggs has been pretty solid for them lately. I think him and Bryan Edwards are both going to get some looks today. So I'm going to take Ruggs over 3 receptions, even though he's got some tough matchups with the Dolphins secondary. I think that's a pretty reasonable number for him.
Yeah, this is not my prized pick today, but I like Kenyon Drake over the 3. And Greg's saying take all the overs on Drake. I'm with him. I go over 3 receptions on Drake today. It feels to me, again, Derek Carr is probably going to throw the ball a decent amount, but I think he may dump the ball off a little bit more. Again, not totally healthy right now. And also, we know what former Dolphins do against the Dolphins. And Kenyon Drake feels to me like one of these today that, Dolphin fans are going to be complaining about. That's what Dolphin fans tend to do. So I would say Kenyon Drake over the 3 receptions. But actually, on the Dolphin side, my favorite pick today is Devontae Parker. I feel like Devontae Parker for Tua, for whatever reason, there hasn't always been that connection. I know he started throwing the ball up to him a little bit. I don't know. I just get a sense that that Parker and Brissett are going to connect a little bit more. And I think we're forgetting. When Devontae Parker is healthy and he's on, he's good for about, 80 yards of receiving per game. So to me, a number of 45.5 is a low number today. I know Fuller is back. I know you've got Jalen Waddle. I do think that some of the emphasis will go over there. I'm going to go with Parker over, but for the not for receptions, but for the yards, a discussion, David, that we've had. I also kind of like Myles Gaskin over 3 receptions. I don't love it, but I like it. I think that, again, quarterback coming in, going to use players a little bit differently, but I do think we could see some dump-offs to Gaskin. 3 receptions is not a hard number to at least push on. So those are the ones that I'm going with today. Anything else catch your eye?
Yeah, well, he wasn't on the board actually, but I think this might be a Mike Gesicki game as well. He started to come on a little bit last week, so that might be somebody who Brissett gets involved with that. But no, I'm with you. I really like Drake. I think he's going to be involved pretty heavily, and it's hard to bet against Waller, even if Flores and the defense scheme against him. He might be one to look at as well over 6.5 receptions just because of his target share.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with Friedman. Friedman took actually on the text. He was all over Waddle with 4 receptions. He went my route with the receptions for Waddle with 4 catches. So I think that's a pretty reasonable pick as well. So Gaskin, I'm a little unsure about on the running yards. It's just been so up and down with that offensive line. But
yeah, I can't take the Dolphins on rushing yards for anybody. I don't know, what the direction is there. I know everybody's saying they got to run the ball more with their backup quarterback. I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. I don't think they're built for it, honestly. And they reshuffled the offensive line again. I looked at, on the Raiders side at their running game, Josh Jacobs. I don't know. I don't really like any of the rushing totals in this game enough to play them. It's more the receiver totals. My only quarrel with Freeman's pick of Waddle is with Fuller back. I don't know how that shakes out. I feel like Parker's more of the known quantity there, and that's the direction I would go. But it is interesting after we had that debate about receiving yards versus receptions that Freeman actually went your route this time. So we'll give him a hard time about the next time we come out. Well, whatever route you go, the most important thing here is play the code 5, F-I-V-E. We're not far away from NBA season either. So we got our guy Greg Sylvander checked in here. We'll be doing a lot of these prize picks on a regular basis here on the NBA. But use the code 5, get your bonus doubled over at prizepicks.com, F-I-V-E.